Starting a community cookbook project to preserve local recipes is a wonderful way to celebrate culinary heritage and bring people together. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you get started. Define your goals. Determine the objectives of your community cookbook project. Are you aiming to preserve traditional family recipes, showcase the diversity of local cuisines, or raise funds for a specific cause? Clarifying your goals will guide the direction of the project. Form a team. Recruit volunteers to help you plan and execute the cookbook project. Ideally, your team should include individuals with diverse skills such as recipe collection, editing, design, fundraising, and marketing. Research and outreach. Reach out to members of your community to collect recipes and stories. Use various channels such as social media, community newsletters, local events, and word of mouth to solicit contributions. Encourage people to share their favorite family recipes and the stories behind them. Establish guidelines. Develop clear guidelines for recipe submissions, including formatting requirements, ingredient measurements, cooking instructions, and any personal anecdotes or cultural context associated with the recipe. Ensure that contributors provide permission to include their recipes in the cookbook. Collect and organize recipes. Create a system for collecting and organizing the recipes you receive. You can use online forms, email submissions, or printed recipe cards. Categorize the recipes by type, e.g., appetizers, mains, desserts, to make it easier to assemble the cookbook later. Test and adapt recipes. Test the recipes to ensure accuracy and consistency. Consider hosting recipe testing events where volunteers can try out the recipes and provide feedback. Make any necessary adjustments to the instructions or ingredient quantities based on feedback. Design and layout. Design the layout of the cookbook, taking into account factors such as typography, photography, and overall aesthetics. Decide whether you'll create the cookbook digitally or in print format. Consider hiring a graphic designer or using online tools to design professional-looking layouts. Compile the cookbook. Compile the recipes, stories, and photographs into the final cookbook format. Ensure that the content is well organized and visually appealing. Proofread the text carefully to catch any errors or inconsistencies. Publish and distribute. Decide how you'll publish and distribute the cookbook. You can self-publish through online platforms or work with a local printer to produce physical copies. Consider hosting a launch event or community potluck to celebrate the release of the cookbook and distribute copies to contributors and supporters. Promote and fundraise. Promote the cookbook through various channels to reach a wider audience. Use social media, local media outlets, community events, and word of mouth to generate interest. Consider selling the cookbook to raise funds for community initiatives or charitable causes. Celebrate and engage. Celebrate the completion of the cookbook project with a launch party or community gathering. Encourage contributors to share their experiences and stories behind the recipes featured in the cookbook. Keep the momentum going by engaging with your community and promoting ongoing culinary events and initiatives. By following these steps, you can start a community cookbook project that preserves local recipes, fosters cultural exchange, and strengthens community bonds through the shared love of food.